Hi, I'm Mike Gridley and welcome to PowerBoat Television. This week on the show, we're cruising the north shore of Lake Superior, a wilderness experience that not too many boaters get to enjoy. So how does one get hooked on taking a trip north to the land of the sleeping giant? For me, it was sparked by a casual conversation with Thunder Bay boater Darcy Trist at the Toronto International Boat Show. So in August, we headed out of Thunder Bay with Darcy on Bob Hoogsteen's Carver to catch some of the sights. This summer's trip to Thunder Bay was the first in well over a decade for me, and I was amazed at the changes on the waterfront. What had been mostly industrial land was evolving into parklands and a growing marina. Thunder Bay was once one of the busiest ports on the Great Lakes, but activities in the commercial harbor eventually declined, and several commercial wharfs and grain elevators were abandoned or demolished. This gave the city a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rejuvenate its waterfront by providing a world-class facility for boaters that connects directly with the city and its people. So after a tour, we caught up with Paul Pepe to fill us in.
Well, we're undertaking just an incredible redevelopment of Thunder Bay's waterfront. And of course, here we are, we're the largest city on Lake Superior, which is the world's greatest lake. And we have this beautiful marina here behind us, about 260 boat slips, overlooking the Sleeping Giant, which is the city's natural icon, actually one of the 7 wonders of Canada. And what we've been doing over the last few years is looking at how do we redevelop, how do we reconnect the city to the waterfront. And so we're in the midst right now of a major $130 million public-private sector redevelopment of this whole area, which includes improvements to the marina, the facilities here, brand new docks, brand new piers, increasing the accessibility of the waterfront to Thunder Bay's public. And as you can see behind me, we have just world-class, spectacular scenery, fresh water, amazing wilderness right at our doorstep. The CN station is sort of always been one of the icons here at the waterfront, and while it's served us well, it's definitely has a lot of potential to be a lot more than it is, and so it's something we'll be working with private developers. It'll become a restaurant, there'll become meeting space in there, and it'll be connected to a new 4-star hotel property, about 150 rooms that'll be built downtown at the waterfront, 104 condominium units as well in 2 towers.
And this waterfront, as Paul mentioned, allows boaters to head out to the Sleeping Giant and beyond to the Lake Superior archipelago. If you hope to plan your adventure, there is an association that can help you out.
North of Superior Marina Marketing Association was started about 1994, and it was started by a bunch of like-minded people who were boaters first. They weren't really in the marketing business, but they were interested in disseminating information along the north shore of Lake Superior. The idea being that they had run into a lot of boaters out there, and Lake Superior is a big, big lake. For additional information, you can check out the website at lakesuperiorboating.com. That's all one word.
Later in the show, we'll have more from the north shore of Lake Superior. Welcome back to PowerBoat Television and the north shore of Lake Superior. The town of Red Rock serves as our jumping-off point to cruise islands of the archipelago. Like many northern Ontario towns, Red Rock was once a thriving paper mill town. As the mill now sits silent, the community has turned its focus to tourism with a solid commitment to recreational boating.
The Red Rock Marina has 82 slips. We have services such as pump out and fueling. We're excited to begin the construction of our new marina center. It will have showers, laundry facilities, a restaurant. It'll be 6,000 square feet, and it will be a timber frame straw bale construction. In Red Rock there are 3 places for accommodations. The most prominent one is the Red Rock Inn, which is you can see from the lake as you come into the harbor. There are also 2 restaurants in town. We have Northern Sights, which is like a small deli. You can get sandwiches, pizzas, nachos, etc. And then we also have a full-service restaurant called The Vault.
Departing Red Rock across the open waters of Nipigon Bay, the weather wasn't ideal, but we were still charged for the day's cruise with North Superior charters. Looking across the bay, the skies were improving as we hoped for better conditions. As we passed through the Nipigon Strait, our host and guide for the day, Greg Stroud of Parks Canada, gave us an update of their newest project, the North Superior National Marine Conservation Area.
The Marine Conservation Area is located at the very top of Lake Superior, and the actual size is about 10,850 square kilometers. So this is a very large marine conservation area. Once it's finally established, it'll be the largest freshwater protected area in the world. So that makes it extremely significant from Parks Canada's perspective. Now in Parks Canada, we're responsible for national parks and national historic sites, but the marine conservation areas is kind of a new kid on the block. There's only 3 so far in the country, and this will be the 4th once it's established. It's going to take us about another 2.5 years to become established. Once that's done, then we become fully operational as a marine conservation area, and we're working with communities and the different organizations along the North Shore to ensure that we can receive visitors. We want to make sure that all the facilities are in place so that they can cater to their needs. So if you're a power boater, we'd have proper access points, whether it's marinas, working with communities to develop marinas, whether it's having proper slipways in various areas, anchor points out on the coast. This is an incredible destination. It's probably one of the most least known destinations from a powerboater's perspective, and it offers incredible opportunities to explore islands and coves and bays and just find that peace that this National Marine Conservation Area can actually provide.
Exiting the strait brought us out to open water, where we cruised looking back to the islands that guard the mainland. Whether a wave-eroded shoal or a large island with spectacular jagged cliffs, the sights were almost overwhelming. To cruise this area is definitely a privilege and will provide me with memories to last a lifetime.
One of the great things when you're cruising the North Shore of Lake Superior is how easy it is to come from the open water and tuck into all the small bays around the islands and the shore to find yourself a safe and protected anchorage like the one here at the Agates. Later in the show, we're going to have more from the scenic North Shore of Lake Superior.
Welcome back. Back in Nipigon Bay, we headed for the Nipigon River and the town of Nipigon. Just before entering the river, we cruised close to the cliffs on the eastern shore across from Sawmill Point. Though faded due to erosion, you can still see some of the pictographs painted between 400 and 1,000 years ago. Following a well-marked channel, we arrived at the marina. The main dock is an old wharf and can handle vessels large and small. You also have access to a complete range of services, including diesel, gasoline that may be arranged, water, pump-outs, washrooms, and showers. On shore, there was a surprise waiting for our crew. Sarah Lewis, the Economic Development Officer for the town, presented us with certificates and t-shirts recognizing our distinction of having boated to the northernmost freshwater port, having just crossed the 49th parallel. Sarah took us to the great kids park and told us a little about the town.
We're standing right now in the Paddle to the Sea Park, which is great for kids and families to follow the story of the Great Lakes.
Back at the pier, we are greeted by Gary Lang, who had us quickly back underway and headed for his lodge on Bowman Island. Departing from Nipigon, we explored the other side of St. Ignace Island, following the most popular cruising route past Longcroft, Angelica, and Talbot Islands. Words cannot describe the rugged beauty of the islands. Only the images we captured can truly do them justice. From Talbot, we doubled back and headed for what the locals call CPR Bay. During the building of the railway, a port was established to transfer gravel needed for rail beds. As well as docks, the local boaters maintain a clubhouse and sauna here. If you're feeling energetic, you must make the hike up to the lookout. Once there, it is clear why the effort is worth it. A priceless view. On our last day as we cruised between two islands, we spotted something swimming in the water. Moving in for a closer look, we discovered a lynx swimming from one island to the next. Idling so we could film this rare treat, the cat swam over to our trawler, and before we knew it, it was on board. When things calmed down, we were able to prod the lynx off and continue on to our destination of Rossport. An old fishing village with a sheltered harbor and a comfortable little marina, Rossport has great food, interesting crafts, and comfortable lodgings. From here we joined Paul Turpin of Discovery Charters to cruise the Rossport Islands. Heading out into the more open waters brought us to Battle Island Lighthouse, one of the wonderful lighthouses that still guide ships along Lake Superior's rugged North Shore. Although a light rain had settled in, we stayed out for several hours exploring the islands, looking from a distance and from 2 feet off a cliff in 300 feet of water. Paul was able to show us a range of anchorages and campsites to suit any boater, from cruisers to trailer boaters looking to explore these protected waters, camp a while, and try their hand chasing the local fish.
If you ever get the opportunity like we have this week to cruise the islands, the harbors, and check out the marina facilities all along the north shore of Lake Superior, you're really truly missing something. So if you're a cruiser at heart and really want to experience the best of what Northern Ontario and Canada can have for you, head for the north shore of Lake Superior and round out your cruising experiences.